From Careco TV, one of the longest running outdoor programs on television today, exploring the country and the coast in search of adventures. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. This week on Americana Outdoors, we're launching the first stop in the 2024 season of the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's National Walleye Tour, presented by Progressive. And later, we're meeting up with Wade Middleton back in Texas for some bass fishing with the Spro Essential Series. We're in Port Clinton, Ohio, on the big waters of Lake Erie. Wasting no time, let's get right on the water with three-time NWT champ and reigning Progressive Angler of the Year, John Hoyer, and his co-angler, Jordan Tagtoe. It's been a tough bite this week for our anglers. During practice, high winds made travel and fishing difficult. However, it seems Hoyer was able to put together a strong plan of action, and it's paying off.
Got him. Put him right in the bottom of the net. Oh yeah. Back-to-back casts. How's that make you feel? Good. These are the ones I saw earlier. Now they're perked up, so.
It's early in the day, and that's fish number 4 going into the Ranger live well. We'll give John and Jordan time to rest, and while we do, we'll check in with pro angler Chase Parsons and his co-angler Calvin Rose.
Looks like a decent one.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Got some weight to them.
Good start. Yep, that's a good start. That's what we're looking for. Oh,
Nice.
good start to the day. Yes. Good job, Cal.
Thanks.
That is what we're looking for.
That's a good start for the boys from Wisconsin. Back over on Hoyer's boat, and with 4 in the live well, the reigning champ and his co-angler get a hook in their 5th.
Nice and steady.
Wow, holy yeah. Got a sniper back here. He's obviously presenting the bait right too, because they've been choking. It's nowhere to be seen. I have no idea what's going on in that live well. It's a good problem to have. There's a lot that are really close.
Let's check in with Chase one last time before heading to the scales for weigh-in.
There we go. There we go. What do you think? I like that upgrade. The deal is, I mean, we're over deep water. We're out over 50 feet of water, and this morning especially I was seeing a lot of deep marks, and we caught a really good one, pretty deep, but it's been slow a little bit, so I decided to dump it down where it's going about 5 to 6 feet deeper, and we didn't go very long and caught another good one. So you never know when that happens. You make an adjustment, you get excited that you figured something out. I've fished long enough in my life to know that we might not get another bite on this setup for about 2-3 more hours. So fingers crossed. Yep. 2 big ones. We need to upgrade 3 of them now.
As we head back to Port Clinton for day 1 weigh-in, we'd like to remind our viewers that the tour offers a variety of sponsor contingency programs for anglers, including Ranger Cup, Garmin, Power Pole, TH Marine, and more. Learn more at nationalwalletetour.com. Up first to the scales is Chase Parsons and Calvin Rose, weighing in 30 pounds and 2 ounces. They'll finish the day in 16th place. John Hoyer and Jordan Tagtoe stepped up with 5 for 34.12, putting them in 3rd. Hunter Nitty and Stephen Rosemore dropped the limit for 38.08 for 2nd place.
I feel pretty good. I think we could go out tomorrow and do it again. Hopefully we could do even better. We got some high winds coming, so it's going to make it tough, but it's an even playing field. It's going to make it tough for everybody.
Avon Lake, Ohio's Jack Winters and Grant Smith made the long run today, and it looks like it paid off. We'll send it on stage for the call.
40 pounds, 11 ounces.
Tell me, do you think he can do it again tomorrow?
Depends on the wind. Wind's gonna play a big part in everything. If the wind isn't as bad as what they're saying it's gonna be, if I can make it down there, I can get the same fish. So I'm hoping.
Here's a look at the top 10 standings for day one of the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's National Walleye Tour presented by Progressive. We'll return to tournament coverage in just a moment, but in the meantime, take this opportunity to subscribe to our Americana Outdoors YouTube channel. We're back on Lake Erie for day two of the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's National Walleye Tour presented by Progressive. It's 50 degrees at takeoff this morning, with winds already blowing near 20. This shift in weather will most certainly impact a portion of the field. We'll start things off with current second-place contenders Hunter Nitty and his co-angler Timothy Berg.
This is day number 2 of the National Walleye Tour. Yesterday I was fortunate enough to bring in 38.08 pounds. We're just going to go out and try to do it again today. We got some different weather conditions, and we'll see what happens. There's definitely a lot of big fish around, and we'll see if we could get the same bag we had yesterday or even better.
Nice.
Come to the back, come to the back, come to the back. Ready?
I'm coming.
Hold on. Where's the fish? Oh, it's gone. Oh! That's a good one.
It was.
Garmin LiveScope has played a big role this week in Hunter's program. Shaking that last fish off, they quickly got back to business.
That's an upgrade, a little bit.
A little bit. Oh my God. Not a big one, but a little bit of an upgrade. Woo.
While they continue upgrading their fish, let's take a moment to learn more about our host, Port Clinton.
We are known as the walleye capital of the world. It's a great little tourist destination. We have a 1.5 mile shoreline of beach area. And even though we've always been known as a Memorial Day to Labor Day kind of town, we're expanding that. I don't think we're so much of a seasonal destination anymore. I think in addition to our obvious walleye fishing, we've become known for entertainment destination, our beaches, and various different events that we have throughout the year. And obviously, as any good town would have it, our foods, our restaurants, our shopping, just different things like that. It is truly one of a kind place to visit.
We've got $350,000 in regular payout and contingency money up for grabs on the pro side, including a Ranger 620 FS Pro and $15 grand for the champ. The co-anglers are competing for a total purse of near $50,000. Getting right to weigh in, Amherst, Ohio's Ryan Buddy got things going with a 30-pound 1-ounce limit. He'll take the early lead.
Yes! Past that 30-pound mark. 64 pounds, 5 ounces, 2-liter Ryan Buddy.
John Hoyer stepped up next, weighing 35 pounds and an ounce, taking over the lead with a 2-day total of 69.13.
35 pounds and an ounce, your new leader, John Hoyer. Congratulations, guys.
Hunter Nitty launched this morning in second and added 26.02 to his total, leaving him in second place with one angler left to weigh. Jack Winters was your day one leader, opting for a long run. The high winds shut down his day. We'll turn it over to tournament director Jeff Kelm for the final call.
Today is the day that Jack Winters loses it with one fish today for 3 pounds, 3 ounces, 43 pounds, 14 ounces. Man, I'm so sorry about that. 23 pounds, 10 ounces for Curtis. Congratulations. That means your winner here at Lake Erie, Port Clinton, Ohio, Mr. John Hoyer!
What just happened?
Huge conditions change today, and obviously weights are going to flip-flop, but I was blessed with almost the same exact weight as day one, and then they handed me a trophy.
And there you have it. Reigning overall champ and Progressive Angler of the Year, John Hoyer resumes his dominance, scoring the first win of the season. On the co-angler side, Grant Smith picked up the win on his first ever National Walleye Tour event.
I wasn't even expecting to get in this event. Just like 2 weeks ago, I had a voicemail on my phone from the NWT saying that the spot's mine if I want it. So I got in and did not expect this at all, so I'm really jacked up.
To learn more about the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's National Walleye Tour presented by Progressive, head over to nationalwalleyetour.com. We'll return to the water in just a moment, but in the meantime, take this opportunity to subscribe to our Americana Outdoors YouTube channel. We're north of San Antonio at Canyon Lake with Wade Middleton as he heads out on a windy, cloudy day in search of largemouth bass. Canyon Lake has notoriously been known for its recreational fun times to be had on the water, but recently it's seen a resurgence in its popularity for bass fishing, and throwing top waters and swim baits is one of Wade's favorite ways to catch them.
You know, when I go fishing, sometimes it's about, just getting to go fishing, but sometimes it's to play with new products or products that I'm not familiar with, try to learn new techniques. And the Zero Swimmer 100, it's a cool jointed bait. It's really kind of falls more in the topwater wake bait type category. You can throw it out and wind it kind of semi-slow, and it's just got a tantalizing, sexy action coming through the water. Everything's wiggling, everything's moving, a multitude of colors to match the bait fish and what you think they should be biting on wherever. And I was asked to spend some time throwing it. And what I found on this bait is when they eat it, dude, they choke on it. Got him. He choked that one. That's when they want to eat it right there, where they got it strapped all the way inside their mouth like that. That's what you're looking for right there. When you get a day with some low pressure and wind like this, a little bit of mist in the air, shad spawn's probably going on, it's hard to beat just winding something. A lot of guys will take a big jerk bait and kind of reel it around. I like to throw these little jointed baits like this. This is part of the Essential Series from Spro. It's the Zero Swimmer. It doesn't go very deep. You're gonna see it, but that fish there came up in about 20 foot of water off that bluff and smoked it. Got him, good one. I don't know what that is. It's a bass, it's a big one. Maybe a big striper, the way he stayed down. No big old bass. Giant bass. He ate that Spro. I'm gonna come back there. Oh yeah, look at that one there, boys. That's a big one. That's a big one right there. I'll have to get hold of him so I can get that hook out of its mouth. That's a stud. Let her get back in the water. Yeah, bud. Thank you, girl. That's a giant bass. Go on down there. Whew, that's so much fun right there. Shook me up when it first come up. I watched it come up and roll. We don't have footage of that. It looked like thought it was a striper. It looked about that long. It came up, rolled all over it, and I just like, oh, it's gotta be a striper, stayed down, then it came up. Oh, that's so fun. All I'm doing is fishing along grass edges, rock edges, and brush with this wake bait right here, and it doesn't go but about 1.5 feet deep, but these fish are looking up. It's cloudy, it's kind of, overcast a little bit, one of those kind of days that you think you'd catch them. And this bait from Spro, it's part of the Essential Series. It's the Zero Swimmer, not a giant bait. A lot of guys like throw 5-6 inch, much bigger baits. I like this size of a bait right here. You can tell it hunts well, reels through the water well, and that fish right there, he came up, thought he had him a big old shad, and instead we got to get pictures with him. How cool is that? That's a stud of a bass. Oh, giant. That was fun. Just targeting grass lines, rocky drop-offs, looking at my graph to find, where the river channel's running in. All these fish are post-spawn, a little bit beat up, worn down. They're just trying to feed back up from the spawn. And, I started way out there on that point in about 15 foot of water, fished it up here to the top of this, and there's just a few sticks and a few grass, little tendrils coming up, and using my light scope to kind of keep myself positioned where I could make the right kind of casts. And that was the right cast, obviously, because that old fish, he come up and ate it. Wow.
We'll return to the water in just a moment, but in the meantime, take this opportunity to subscribe to our Americana Outdoors YouTube channel.
So I ran down to Choke Canyon. You know, Choke is a lake, if you've watched me long enough, you see me on quite often. It's a lake I absolutely love. But right now, our beloved Choke Canyon, at the time of filming and the time doing this interview, it's really low. It doesn't look that good, honestly, but the fishing has been fantastic down there. And just wanted to go fishing. Fished a lot of memories, tied on some baits that, you know, just tried to find my spot in amongst all the other boats there and fish a little bit. What I found after fishing a lot of those memories, I wanted to run down closer to where the river channel had kind of swung in and see what was going on down there. A little better buzzbait fish. Jump scared another one right there. I keep seeing these fish up here just feeding right on the bank. This one here, he ate the old buzzbait. Oh yeah, come here, big guy. We like that. That was awesome. Whew, he just fell off right in my hand when I lifted him. You know, buzzbaits like this with the frog on the back have become real popular. That frog gives it some buoyancy. And I'm literally throwing these things right on these rocks and reeling it across it in as shallow water as I can. And when I say shallow, it can't be 6 inches of water up there. And these fish are just running bait fish. You'll just see them every now and then splash and attack the bait. And all we're doing is fishing right where the river runs close to this bank. These fish, once it gets hot, they'll just move out there and suspend. I mean, this is a way to catch a giant or catch nothing. You never know. So in a situation when you're choosing baits, you need them to be able to perform in the, you know, whatever you're throwing it at and get the best action in there. A lot of times you just grab something, throw it out there when they're blowing up. But in the case of this Spro squealer toad, I like this bait because I think it's more buoyant than a lot of buzz baits. That toad on the back helps it lift really quick. And I mean, and then this thing's just making all kinds of clatter and all kinds of noises. And if you watch a lot of our shows, I'm probably more apt to throw a flapping frog in these situations than I am a squealer toad. But this is perfect setup for the reason why I would want to throw this buzz bait. We got that one. We changed to a Gamakatsu treble hook because we had had about 5 bites we lost. And we actually hooked that fish outside the mouth when he got to the buzzbait, which is not uncommon and something that, you know, you got to think about when you're fishing a buzzbait or a spinnerbait or those types of baits. If you're getting a lot of blow-ups and you're not hooking them, you go get you a trailer hook, and I like the Gamakatsu trailer hooks. They're real easy to mount, real easy to put on, and you're gonna surprise yourself on those 3 or 4 bites that you have been missing. All of a sudden you're gonna hook up to them.
As we've been on the water with Wade today, you may have noticed he's only throwing the Spro squealer toad in pearl white. Here's Wade's pearl of wisdom when it comes to choosing which colors of toad to keep in your boat.
One thing I'll tell you about color that I've debated with different people, you talk to the frog fishing guys out there a lot of times, and on somebody's water, they're like, hey, they like white and they like brown on this lake. I don't switch back and forth because I may miss the window when they're biting one or the other. That's an interesting take on choosing colors when you're going fishing. In my mind, this entire day, I'm thinking I need to be throwing a black one or a brown one because a lot of these fish are just biting on the tail of my frog. But other ones are engulfing it, so it's kind of hard to put the white one down. But kind of keep that in mind. You don't need, 19 different colors. You need 4 or 5 of the most basic ones that fit the forage for where you're going to be fishing and make that work for your different situations. And you may just only push the white one or the black one or the chartreuse and white one because that color is what you have the most confidence in. And what you have the most confidence in, you're going to fish it more and better. Gotta let them little ones take it down. On the old trailer hook, not a big one, but that's a great example of a trailer hook right there and how that whole system works. I mean, he come up to bite the tail of the frog right there, but the trailer hook was what caught that fish. You can do the same thing to catch a 7-pounder as you can a 7-incher.
Thanks for sharing some of the insider secrets for how to best fish the Essential Series from Spro with us today, Wade. While we've mainly fished with the Spro Zero Swimmer 100 and the Squealer Toad, the Essential Series offers a whole slew of impressive baits, from crankbaits, swim baits, poppers, frogs, and more. Check out everything Spro has to offer at spro.com and get to fishing. Hey, thank you for watching, and join us again next week on a new episode of Americana Outdoors. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production.